Hey everybody, it's Becky, your Diva Coach Extraordinaire, coming with you today with a second video, which I'm super excited about, and I just kind of want to jump right in. So today what we're going to be talking about is building our self-confidence, of course, but through the way of two things: personal growth and stepping out of your comfort zone. So what I've done is I've designed a 3-step process that's going to help you do just that, get out of your comfort zone. It seems to me like when it comes to this topic, there's a lot of talk and not a lot of action. So I wanted to think of a way that I could make it convenient for you to actually start the process of stepping out of your comfort zone. As far as personal growth goes, I want to give you a good example. I think it always helps to have a visual. I think that personal growth is a lot like a rubber band. When you stretch yourself, just like a rubber band, to its fullest potential, and then you let go, the rubber band is never in the same shape it was when you started. And I think people are the same way. I think personal growth is really important, especially for divas, because once you start to step out of your comfort zone and expand yourself to your fullest possibilities and capabilities, you're never the same. You're always altered from when you started, and hopefully you've changed for the better. Now, some of the things you won't have if you don't have personal growth are, get to my notes here. If you don't have personal growth, you will not, number one, become the best you can be. If you do not have personal growth, you will not, number two, experience life to the fullest and all it has to offer. And number three, if you do not have personal growth, you cannot inspire other people. And as divas, it's our job to inspire people. So we definitely have to make sure that we're having personal growth. So let's get to the 3-step process because it is a little bit lengthy with the explanation. So what you want to start with, number one, you want to get your notebook and right at the top, getting out of my comfort zone. And number one is going to be some kind of a superficial change that you can make in your life. Now, when I say superficial, I mean something really small, something small that you can alter or change. So my example for number one was paint nails blue. So what I did was I went ahead and I went to the salon last time I went and I got my nails painted blue, as you can see. And also this nail and this nail are also pink along with the blue. So what I went ahead is I stepped out of my comfort zone because normally I would only paint my nails maybe like a purple or a pink or something more girly. And I went ahead and went with blue for the majority of the nails. And I also changed the design by doing one nail a different color. And I'm really glad I did it because I really like the blue nail polish, but even more important than that, while I was at the salon, 2 other girls really liked the color as well and asked me if it would be okay if they did the same thing. So I was also reaching other people and making a positive impact on their life by stepping out of my personal comfort zone by painting my nails blue. Who would have thought? So I have some examples of things you can do to superficially step out of your comfort zone. So you can change your nail color or design. You can change your hairstyle. You can watch a new TV show or try a new food. Okay. The second thing you can do is more on a personal level, and we call it a habitual change. And habitual change is something that you do on a day-to-day basis, like an everyday habit or routine. So number two, what I chose to change and step out of my comfort zone is read a book. So too often I find myself, watching another show on TV or sitting in front of the computer. I'd like to make a change and step out of my comfort zone and start to read a little bit more. So if any of you guys have a recommendation for a really great book, I'd really appreciate it because I want to get off to a good foot on my reading routine. So if you guys are already an avid reader, here's some ideas of things that you can do for a habitual change. You can stay up late if you normally go to bed early, or you can go to bed early if you normally stay up late. When you do this, you'll kind of see the opposite end of the spectrum. If you normally have water when you go out for dinner, I suggest maybe having a beer or a fun drink like a margarita, kind of spice things up a little bit. Or you can also try sleeping naked, would definitely spice things up a little bit. My 2 favorite ones are smile more often and compliment one stranger every day. So not only will that make you feel better about yourself, but it will also impact someone else and make them feel better as well. Okay, moving on to number 3. The third step, which is probably the hardest step, is a life-changing step. It's something that you can do that will change your life or potentially change someone else's. So let me show you what I wrote on my list for number 3. I wrote, give out 5 business cards every day. I happen to own my own business. I'm a Mary Kay representative, independent sales consultant, and sometimes I'll find myself at a restaurant or shopping around the mall, and I'll see a girl that is got really nice skin, or she's really pretty, and I want to talk to her and give her my business card. But I get scared and I don't want to step out of my comfort zone by approaching a stranger. So I'm not living up to the full diva potential that I can. So I need to learn how to step out of my comfort zone and give my business card out to sharp women. So that's basically going to change my business and my life if I start opening my mouth and talking to more people, because it's going to give me a bigger profit. But it also can change someone else's life, because you never know when someone needs a serious makeover, right? So I have some ideas of things that you can do to potentially change your life or someone else's for step number 3. If you don't own your own business, I would suggest that you introduce yourself to a new neighbor, someone you've never met before. You could potentially make a great new friend. You could start a YouTube channel of your very own. Maybe you've been watching other people and wishing you could do the same thing. So I challenge you to go ahead and make that YouTube channel. Or you can also share your faith with someone, because I know that there's nothing that takes you out of your comfort zone more than talking about politics or religion with someone. So go ahead and share your faith with someone. That's a good idea too. Alright, so when you start with something simple like step number 1 and you build your way up to step number 3, you're kind of gaining your confidence as you go along, and you're setting yourself up for success by doing small things like changing the color of your nails, all the way up to, maybe changing your business, or increasing your profit, or whatever it might be. So I definitely want to encourage you to think about these 3 steps, to get out your notebook and to write them down, because of course you have to think it and write it and then believe it. So I think the most important thing about this lesson and stepping out of your comfort zone is realizing that once you start to do these things, starting with a small step first, you'll prove to yourself that you really are brave and that you are a strong woman or man, and you can do a lot of things that you might have thought that you couldn't. So I really challenge you to make your list, and not just to make it, but to post it and let other people know publicly what you want to change about yourself and how you want to step out of your comfort zone to expand your personal growth. So please post your responses and your steps number 1, 2, and 3, and I would love to see what you guys have planned, and I think it would also be very inspirational to other people as well. Just on a quick ending note, I'd like to read you guys a poem that I found, and I think it's really inspirational. It's called My Comfort Zone. I used to have a comfort zone where I knew I wouldn't fail. The same 4 walls and busy work were really more like jail. I longed so much to do the things I'd never done before, but stayed inside my comfort zone and paced the same old floor. I said it didn't matter, that I wasn't doing much. I said I didn't care for things like commission checks and such. I claimed to be so busy with the things inside the zone, but deep down inside I longed for something special of my own. I couldn't let my life go by just watching others win. I held my breath, I stepped outside and let the change begin. I took a step, and with new strength I'd never felt before, I kissed my comfort zone goodbye and closed and locked the door. If you're in a comfort zone, afraid to venture out, remember that all winners were at one time filled with doubt. A step or 2 and words of praise can make your dreams come true. Reach for your future with a smile. Success is there for you. Divas, success is just around the corner waiting for you as soon as you step out of your comfort zone. So I hope you're inspired to do that and make your list. And until next time, stay diva and stay true to yourself. Thanks.